All right, awesome. Mr. Barfield, great to see you. It's been a while. So I know you've been in ministry for a while, but what exactly are you doing right now?
We are in a ministry we call Next Door Nations. So we
Okay.
help local churches across the country reach out to the international communities in their neighborhoods. So we help them with ministry approaches and new things they can do, and also with translation services so they can effectively communicate the truth across language
Okay.
barriers.
Awesome. And just for a little bit of context, me and my brother, we started a YouTube channel and some
Uh-huh.
social media channels to be able to help this younger generation, especially spiritually.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young people with a lot of questions and just trying to process life. I guess what would you say is your best advice for the younger generation?
They need perspective. Like everybody needs perspective. The wisest person in the world can't see around his next corner.
Right.
Right? He can see back on the corners he's navigated, but he doesn't know how to go that way. Right? So he has to have perspective from somebody else. So we get that from friends, we get that from other sources. The best place to get that, of course, is the Bible. God sees above all corners. His word tells us how to navigate them in wisdom so that we don't become shipwrecks as we navigate these unseen things. So get perspective, get God's perspective. That's the way to make decisions.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Good. How many years have you been in ministry?
We
you say?
started ministry in 2002, so
Okay.
22 years.
Yeah. Okay, so looking back and kind of a follow-up from the question he asked, looking
Yeah.
back over those 22 years of ministry, what would you tell your younger self, maybe, at this stage of life, maybe, you're trying to figure things out, teenager going into young adulthood, what would be your word to yourself, looking back?
Yeah, don't tap the brakes.
Okay.
Like, don't think you're in charge of this. Let the Lord steer the car.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing I would have. And
That's
that's where, when I look back, let's put it like this, I don't have a lot of regrets. Like,
Mhm.
I'm grateful for that. I look back and I'm pretty excited, and I'm looking forward. I'm pretty excited. I'm an optimistic person, so that does. I try to surround myself with pessimists, so I'm not completely unreasonably optimistic.
Yeah.
But the times where I look back and I'm happy, it's when I didn't tap the brake. I just let the Lord drive it, and He did it, and that's awesome.
Okay, awesome.
Gotcha,
Did
gotcha.
you have anything else?
No, that's good. Appreciate
All right,
it.
cool.
Sure
So
thing, guys.
another question real
Yeah.
quick. So I think some people don't understand why it's important to pursue God,
Yeah.
pursue a close relationship with Him, or why to pursue ministry or serving Him at all. Any advice for people that aren't sure the reasons why?
Well, I think people assume they know some things that they probably don't. Right?
Okay.
This is there's some fancy Greek words for this, but the point is that when you make assumptions like I know what I want to do, I know what I'm able to do, you're going to go forward and find out that you were wrong about almost all of that. Right? Like,
Mhm.
it's generally
That's fair.
speaking, you learn as you're going along. So I think
Right.
as I think about that question, I think about like, look, don't think you know everything. Come humbly. The world would
Okay.
say, come as a learner, right? The Bible says, come as a humble person, right? Come humbly before God. He'll exalt you. He'll lead you. But don't think you know it all, because that's the sure recipe for disaster.
Okay. Absolutely. That's very helpful. Anything else from you?
No, I love
No?
it.
All right. Hey,
Cool. All right,
thanks
guys.
for chatting.